Welcome to the segment again, Pisces. It's June 2017. I'm Dadhichi from astrology.com.au. Thanks for your company, and to those of you that are new, welcome. Good to have you here. This month is interesting, and the first thing I note here is this very powerful and sometimes scatty conjunction of Venus with Uranus taking place in your second house of finance. Venus is your eighth ruler, which rules shared finances. You have it in the second house now in Aries, and it's about to make a conjunction on June 3rd with Uranus, which can throw everything into disarray. Mind you as well, one of your ruling planets, Jupiter, is in the eighth house now, retrograde in its transit. That planet goes direct, incidentally, and this is an important one for you as well, on June 9th. So actually what we're seeing here, although your ruler, Jupiter, is moving retrograde, it's about to move into that stationary position, looking directly at your finances from the shared finances area. And this is a very, very important combination of transits that need to be managed effectively by you. So I think what has to happen here is that you need to be particularly careful how you're dealing with others, especially in business. And we see, for example, the position of the moon at the outset of the month in the seventh house of business partnerships, moving into the opposition of Neptune. That's your main ruler in your sun sign now. But that can also, because the moon rules the fifth house, show a speculative approach to the way you're dealing with people, sort of trusting people on face value rather than really, pardon me, looking beneath the surface. There's also a sort of a loose square or challenging aspect to the, well, it's getting tighter actually, Mercury to the node, which shows that your thinking may be out of step with other people. You may be thinking a certain way because this is how you want to think. It's sounding very Taurian to me. Well, there you go, Mercury's in Taurus. So that square which challenges change may be the thing that you have to look out for. So that's one point. The other important point is in your family life right now. We see Mars there. Mars will exit the fourth sector of your horoscope. That takes place on June 5th. Sun is there. And Mercury makes a movement. I'm just having a look at your charts. Excuse me, I'm not ignoring you. Mercury makes its movement or transit into this area on June 7th. So there's a huge amount of energy in this area of your horoscope, and these are combative planets. Mars is not Mars is friendly to you. It leaves fairly quickly, as I've just mentioned, but then you're left there with the Sun and Mercury, both somewhat unfriendly. Sun is ruling your sixth house of enemies. Mercury is ruling your fourth house of family and seventh house of marital partners or business partners. So that hot energy, that combative energy, that energy of strife, impulse, confrontational as it is not welcome in this area of the horoscope. Both Sun and Mars also don't have what we call good directional strength. So they are under the earth. So in other words, you don't actually see them, they are below the horizon. As are most of the planets this month. You've got Jupiter, Saturn and Pluto, and Moon just sneaking in there. So, you know, really a lot of other planets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of the planets and one of the nodes, all in the underbelly of the zodiac. So perhaps some of these feelings are being suppressed. Maybe what's going to happen is there's going to be an explosion of these feelings because you're finally thinking it's time to talk about how I'm not comfortable with what's going on here. The other thing is on the 9th there is a very important full moon taking place in your career sector. So let's talk about your work as well before we finish up. And the full moon for you is a very favourable influence in your work. That takes place on the 9th of June. So you can expect some important developments in that area. The other thing is, as I've said to some of the other star signs, if you're not particularly happy in the way you are conducting your work, or it's not the right fit, this is an emotional, creative, almost spiritual insight into either what it is you have to do within the context of the work that you're doing to make it more enjoyable and creative, or two, to move out of that role and into something that is going to afford you the opportunity to feel good about what you do. So that's important. Later in the month, that full moon swings around to the new moon phase in the 5th house of children and creativity. Again, we're talking about the creativity, if we want to link those two things together. And then, of course, we see the movement of, we've seen the movement of Mars into this 5th house already on the 3rd. Then on the 21st, Mercury and Sun both move into this area. So there's a dominant theme there. And then along with the new moon, which will take place near Mars, is a very big one for your creativity, for connecting with your inner child, but also in relationship to your children, making greater contact with them or younger people, because the 5th house rules this area of your horoscope. 5th house is competition. It's also speculation. It's creativity generally. So that's why I link this to your career. But even apart from your career, if it's a creative pursuit you haven't had time to make for, then now's the time to do that, and it will really, really make you feel great, Pisces. So I guess that's a good note to finish on. Don't forget to join me at astrology.com.au. We have the text-based report for the month of June. We have the daily readings there, and we also have the larger view of the year 2017 and what's happening to you in that sense. Also, if you're looking to make a bit more sense of your life and try to tackle some of those individual problems more personally, that's where producing the horoscope, looking at your time and place of birth, not just your date of birth or your star sign, can give you immense insight into how to move forward. And I welcome you to come and, talk to me about that. You can email me here if you've got any questions. More than happy to respond. Till next month, take care and good luck. Bye-bye now.